All right, week 3, baby. Let's talk Pittsburgh Steelers football. We got a primetime game, baby. The games that I love to see the Pittsburgh Steelers in, because last year we went undefeated in primetime. So this year I expect to see the exact same success. Let's do a little bit of history on the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at least regarding me. Last time this happened, 2014, I remember I was in college, ridiculously hungover, trying to fight through my body's pain to watch the game. And they had themselves a marvelous lead. I remember it was about halfway through the third quarter. My body could no longer take it. I said, let me lay down and take a nap. I wake up, I see Vincent Jackson catching a game-winning touchdown. So we can't have this happening against the Pittsburgh Steelers because the last time we played the Bucs, we lost. Now, granted, it's not the same team from 4 years ago. This is probably the hottest team in the NFL right now, but let's break it down on how we can win this game. Number one, offensively, we got to be able to move the ball. Why? Because the Bucs give up the second most points in the league. They give up the second most yards in the league. I actually don't think it's the second most points in the league, but I know passing yards and total yards, I believe it's number 2 in the league that they give up. As for the points, I think it's averaged about 30, but that's only because New Orleans put up 40 and Philly put up 21, but we ain't really cared about that. It's only week 2. Still, defensively, they give up a lot of yards. It's similar to the Kansas City Chiefs. However, they've been preventing touchdowns in the case of last week. In particular, they held the Eagles to 21 points. Now, granted, the Eagles' offense isn't as high-powered as they are with Wentz as they are with Foles, but still, regardless, they gave up a shit ton of yards to the Eagles. We can do the exact same thing and put up all those yards against this Buccaneers defense. Here's the difference, though. The first 2 weeks, the Bucs beat the Saints, they beat the Eagles. 2 teams that were able to run the football effectively last year. This year, they did not even try to run the ball against the Bucs. If you go look at the stat line, no running back had over 10 carries. This did not happen. The teams had no business trying to run the ball. Why? Because the Bucs score fast, they score early. So we can't allow that to happen. Then we're going to move to the defense now. All right? And I'll go back to the offense and point out the individual players I need to see work out. One, we have to be able to run the football. But defensively, we got to stop the vertical pass. Deshaun Jackson is absolutely murdering teams vertically down the field. This is what he made his career for. This is probably what's going to end up squeezing his way into the Hall of Fame for. Because nobody's been able to do the vertical down the field ball better than Deshaun Jackson. We got to be able to guard this man. We can't come out with a 2 deep man on it. We can't come out running traditional cover 3 defense, because if nobody's guarding the middle of the field, guess what he's going to do? Post, bam, in the middle, both safeties already done split. He caught it in between the hash marks, he's going to the end zone. We can't have that happen. We can't play soft coverage when we're off the ball. We got to be able to jam people and get physical within 5 yards. The pass rush, the front 7, I expect them to do the exact same success they've been able to do over the first 2 games. However, you've got to be able to get to the quarterback. Last game, we had penetration, but we could not sack Patrick Mahomes. We got to be able to sack Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's out there playing like he went to Hogwarts because he's looking like Fitzmagic out here. Mike Evans, big receiver. We always struggle guarding big receivers. We can't have that happen. Artie Burns, you can't keep doing that that bad stance that you do where you're not even bent at your legs. You have no leverage when you're coming out of your damn stance. All of a sudden you're getting beat deep. We can't have that happen. Joe Hayden practiced this week. I expect to see Hayden on the field. I hope to see Hayden guarding against Mike Evans, and I would trust a double coverage on Deshaun Jackson going deep. Hayden's not the same Hayden he was in his prime days when he was in Cleveland, but damn it, I would take this man one-on-one against Mike Evans than putting him against Deshaun Jackson and expecting Artie Burns to guard Mike Evans. That's not going down like that. We got to be able to guard tight ends over the middle of the field. Linebackers, I need you guys to jam. All right? But, again, regarding the Bucs stopping the run, let's look at the Bucs being able to run the ball. They haven't been able to do that this season. Why? Because Fitzpatrick has been murdering it through the air. So they're going to stay with what's been working. If the engine isn't broke, don't fix it. So I expect Fitzmagic to throw the ball over 30 times. However, if we allow the run to get going, this game's over because they're no longer one-dimensional. We got to keep them one-dimensional because if we keep them to the point where they're only throwing the ball, we know how to combat them. Bring a quick pass rush because from what I saw, Fitzmagic has been having a lot of time in the pocket. I'm going to keep calling him Fitzmagic because I need you to understand this man is dangerous if you allow him to. He got the beard. He went to Harvard. He's using his brain against defenses. We can't let this man dissect our defense. TJ Watt, I need a big game. Stephon Tuitt, if you're playing this game, I need a big game. All right? In the middle of the field, Vince Williams, I need you to blitz. And when you do blitz, I need you to get to the quarterback. You led the league in interior sacks coming from the linebacker position last year. I need the same success to be replicated. Now, the safeties, Sean Davis, whether it's Morgan Brunette, whether it's Edmonds who's in there, I need you guys to have your eyes open because they run these crossing patterns that gets receivers open. If you see a twins formation, you see Deshaun Jackson on the same side as Mike Evans, they might just run that corner from the slot and the post from the outside. If you fall for the switch, that's a touchdown. Can't have that happen. Going back to the offensive side, we have David DeCastro. He might not be playing. He's still dealing with that. I believe it's a broken hand. Now, you're in a situation where Marcus Gilbert isn't practicing either. He might be hurt as well. So the right side of the line, yeah, they're probably not playing. So you got to go to the strength on the left. You still got Pouncey over there, who's one of the better centers in the league. You got Villanueva out there, who's one of the better left tackles in the league. Ramon Foster, he's no slouch himself. Run the ball to the left. If you keep trying to run the ball to the right, we're going to struggle. You saw that last week. We had times where there were holes that were open, but they closed because we didn't get to the hole fast enough. That's why when I said, hey, we were probably able to run the ball last week, but we didn't capitalize, that's what I meant. Because the holes were there. Either we didn't call them the right way or Connor didn't go the right way. Whatever it was, the holes were there. This week in particular, I don't expect them to be like that. On top of that, on the Buccaneers defense, you got that beast in the middle, Gerald McCoy right there. So you got to be able to block that man. He's an all-pro for a reason. One of the better D tackles in the league. One of my favorite D tackles in the league. Got to be able to block that man. But Antonio Brown, you had the whole, hey, I'm upset, all this other stuff. Whenever he ends up going to the media, he comes back in a frenzy the next game and murders whoever the hell's guarding him. But guess what? Last time that happened, I was coming out of Baltimore. He had 10 receptions, 150 plus yards against the Jaguars, but we lost 30-9. So we can't just have this man come out here and produce, but we don't win games. We got to be able to win the game. Put the W in the column, because last I checked it, when you look at the standings this week, we are at the bottom. Yeah, that's right. It's Cincinnati, Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh Steelers. We're at the bottom. All right? So we got to make sure we get ourselves a W in the damn column, but I play smart football. James Conner, I need a big-time game because let me point something out to you. Kamara had a hell of a game. He didn't have a hell of a game on the ground, game one, but he did through the air. Last week, you saw the running backs of the Eagles who were able to be, versatile. They were catching the balls out of the backfield. It wasn't anything that replicated to a huge amount of yards, but they were versatile. I need that from Connor this week. Probably going to have to get at least 5 to 6 receptions out of him. Whether it's swing passes or you're running screens or you're going up the middle, you're running hook patterns, small hitches, curls, those stuff. We need stuff of that manner. If we come out I formation, I need Knicks to blow up Quan Alexander and whoever the hell's playing the linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got to play smart football here. We can't play their game. We cannot play their game. Foles threw the ball 48 times. Breeze threw the ball 45 times. That's playing right into the game because it makes the game longer. They've been scoring on darn near every possession they had. We can't have that happen, especially with this secondary that we have. We got to go out there, run the football, eat up clock, play Pittsburgh Steelers football, play smart football. Can't turn the ball over either. They are yet to catch an interception. I would not want them to catch one against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They took the ball away 3 times, I believe. I believe they had about 3 forced fumbles or they recovered 3 fumbles, but that's the carelessness of the opposing team. Because when you look at fumbles, although they can be caused and punched out, it is your responsibility to tuck the ball and hold on to it. Connor, I'm looking at you. You fumbled the game away in Cleveland. It's not entirely your fault that we lost the game, but you did fumble. That has to be acknowledged. We cannot go out there and play careless football. We got to play smart football. Take advantage of what's presented to you. They give up a lot of yards. We have to score every single possession. Special teams, Boswell, we can't have any missed field goals. We cannot have any missed field goals. Barry, when we're punting the ball, we can't have any bad punts. Last week was atrocious. We can't have that happen. We cannot have that happen. And in the special teams games regarding returning, Switzer, I'm going to need you to break one. You've been looking good. You've been looking good. I need you to break one this game. We have to solidify ourselves on the special team that we can put up points and we can be dangerous to get ourselves better field position. Because that's what has been killing us over the past 2 games. You look at the 2 touchdowns that the Browns scored against us late in the game. Field position gave us them. Or that doesn't make any sense. Field position gave us them. Field positions gave them those scores. Last week, 2 of the 3 first touchdowns that Patrick Mahomes ended up throwing through the air, field position. Special teams woes, bad punts. Cannot happen. Play smart situational football. Gotta be smart, all right? The Tampa Bay Bucs coming in hot. They playing at home. We are on the road. It's a primetime game. The whole world is watching. Gotta turn this entire thing around. And the only reason why I'm not fuming mad as I was last year is because we're not playing terrible football. It's the little things. It's the little things. Get those fixed, but I have confidence in my team. We can go out there and win this damn game. Everybody get your hand up in here. Steelers on 3, win on 6. 1, 2, 3 Steelers. 4, 5, 6 win. Here we go, baby.